Hi guys, a quick preview of the upcoming game against Burnley. At the moment, team news, we've been told that Neves isn't going to make it, which we kind of knew anyway. Podence still isn't back. From what I've heard, it's a foot injury, and unfortunately Kilman hurt himself. I can't remember if it was Tuesday or Wednesday in the open training session that was at Molineux. A few people in the crowd said that they saw him, I think it was roll his ankle, and he couldn't carry on walking, and a couple of the staff members there actually had to help him off the pitch. So devastating news really for Kilman, who's come back to looking solid again. So it's really bad news. At the moment, it looks like it's probably going to be Cody, Bolly and Sice, I would say, in the back three. So it's not the end of the world. And we have been told that Semedo and Neto are back from injury. Bruno said that he's not going to say whether or not they're going to get minutes or not, but they can start the game. Which is good news. We don't know if they are going to start the game, but they're in a position now where they're fit enough to start a game, and that's Semedo and Pedro Neto. Also, at the moment, we've been told that Neves is likely to be back for the Brighton game. So Alex Dickin, who was at the press conference today, has said that it's likely that he's going to be back for Brighton, or the or worst case scenario, Chelsea, the Chelsea game. But if he's back for Brighton, I think he's only missed 3 games. So a lot of us thought he's going to miss the whole season. So it's really good news if we can get him back for the Brighton game, because Brighton are a tough side, and we always struggle against them. So I think it's definitely a game where we need Neves in there as a playmaker and really controlling the midfield. Also news at the moment, whilst we're on from the press conference, Moutinho wants to stay at Wolves and Wolves want him to stay, so they're in discussions now to try and work out some kind of a deal with his contract. So it's really good news. So it looks like we're probably going to see Moutinho next year back in a Wolves shirt. Well, not back, but still in a Wolves shirt. So for me, who would I like to see in the lineup? Well, I think if Neto can obviously start, I'd like to see him start. But if he can't, it would be Hwang. Raul's back. He's banned and his suspension's over now, so I want to see him back as a striker. And I'd like to see, at the moment we've got, with Podence out, it's going to be Trincao, but he did impress me against Leeds. Hopefully he can bring back that form. Some games he goes off boil, but hopefully with Raul and with Hwang he can bring back his better performances like we saw against Leeds and perform a bit better. In midfield, we haven't got much choice at the moment. It looks like it's going to be Dendoncker and Moutinho. Now, a lot of people don't like Dendoncker, but I think he's a workhorse. He does well. He works hard. He does the dirty work, and I think him and Moutinho did really well against Aston Villa. They controlled the midfield, and we saw kind of when he was out, and we saw Luke Cundle in. Nothing against Luke Cundle because he's such a young player, but I felt like you could see the experience wasn't there, and that's probably why we lost the midfield so much against Newcastle. So it's really great to see Dendoncker back. I would like to see him and Moutinho in midfield. And then the wing backs is a big ask. Who plays there? With Nori back now, with Semedo back, with Johnny Otto playing so well. For me, I think I'd like to see Johnny Otto back on the left now and Semedo on the right. I think Semedo offers so much, and we really did miss him. So it'd be great to see him back. At the moment, Burnley are fighting. They won the last game. They're looking better. Even with their manager gone, they still look decent. They've always looked decent. They've always been a team that's well organised, quite a physical team. That's why we struggle against them. I think any kind of physical team, a team that's really going to push you around, especially last season, Bruno has helped the squad a little bit against these teams, showed them how to handle a team like that that's so aggressive. But I think for us, it really is a game we have to win if we have any hope of getting Europe. I think a draw, we could still get Europe depending if the results go our way against West Ham and Man United. But I think it's going to be a tough game. I'd love a win. I think it'll be the first win in 10 years at Turf Moor, so it'll be a great result.
Hello, Wolfpack. Thank you very much for having us on the channel. We're TalkBFC, obviously a Burnley fan channel, and today, I'm giving my thoughts on the Wolves game coming up this Sunday. tomorrow. Yeah, very difficult game to predict, to be fair, Wolves, because you're a very weird side in the sense of like you're not very consistent. I hope you don't mind me saying, not in a mean way. I just think some games where you should be winning, you lose. Like say the Leeds game, 3-2. Unfortunately, obviously that may be because of the red card, and also the Newcastle game. You did just. I remember watching that game, and I think this team's still fighting for Europa League, and yet you're just not putting as much into it as what Newcastle were, who are fighting for really nothing at this point, to be fair. You just seemed second best, hope you don't mind me saying. But then you come out, 2-1 winners against Villa, very, very good performance, very strong performance. And a 4-0 win over Watford, again, another great, strong performance by you. And it's just weird to see, like, Wolves just, I don't know, like, you're a good team. You've got very good players. But I don't know, just something about it, I'm quite quietly confident in a sense, because I know that we could pick up points here. We could do some damage because of, well, I don't know. I just think you just haven't been that consistent enough. So I'm hoping that we can pick up some points. Now, away from home, obviously the last game away from home, you lost against Newcastle. You're going back up north, not as far, but against Burnley, who have just picked up 2 wins in a row at the Turf. Our first, not 2 wins in a row, but 2 wins, at home in a row for the first time since 2020, I think. So yeah, it's been a long time since we've won back-to-back games at the Turf. That's saying something. It's very good feeling. The whole crowd is energised. The team, again, when we played against I've completely forgotten who we just beat. Oh my god, I was literally watching the video. Who did we just beat then? How have I forgotten this? I am a good Southampton. I promise you I know my team. But anyway, the way we just played against Southampton was amazing. The way we took the game to them. It seems like Mike Jackson is now allowing the players a little bit more freedom than what Deitch was playing them. I love Deitch. I think he was an amazing manager, and probably deserved more time, and definitely deserved more money. But the way we're playing is a lot more freedom, a lot more, allowing the players to decide what they want to really do. And it's coming off really well. Dwight McNeil in that game against Southampton, he's been crap all season, really, but that performance really showed, and the crowd getting behind him, and the crowd is going to be energised for the Wolves game, because that is a game where we can get out the relegation zone. We can get out of the relegation zone. It's amazing to say that we probably will be, if we win, we could be out of the relegation zone. If we draw, we could be out of the relegation zone, because Everton have to play Liverpool, and I don't think they're going to get anything from that. So yeah, I think it's going to be a difficult game. It depends what Wolves turn up, because I don't know. I just feel also you've got a fair few injuries, which isn't good for any side, let alone a team fighting for Europe. And I know you're still fighting for it, and that's the thing. But it depends what Wolverhampton Wanderers turn up. To be fair, I think the whole Burnley squad, the Burnley fans, really going to be up for this game. Really, really going to be up for it. We need to be. We definitely need to be. We need to be picking up points and wins as quick as possible. We want to stay in this league. And it's proven, in the first 2 games under Mike Jackson, we picked up 4 points, 1 away against West Ham, and then 3 points at home against Southampton, a very good result. You're going to be a difficult side. I think you're obviously a better side than Southampton, still fighting for Europa League, as I keep saying, but you've been very recently very rocky, very shaky. You've sort of easy to exploit and not getting points where you should do. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I feel like we can exploit you a little bit. I'm hoping for a 2-1. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet against this good Wolves side, but I am hoping for a win. However, I do, in my head is telling me a 1-1, but my heart is telling me we can win this 2-1. I'll go with my heart like I usually do. That's why I've lost a lot of money at betting, and I'm going to say a 2-1 victory to the Clarets. But it should be a good game. A good luck with the rest of the season. I really hope you do challenge for Europa League, and make that push. Just hopefully you don't do it against us tomorrow. But yeah, thank you very much for inviting me on the channel. Thank you.
That's everything from me, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.